which is going to be telling us about the European reference networks, about interoperability with the systems and how people can work together through the European reference networks. So, next presentation, Mark.
Thank you very much. So the ERNs, magnificent as they are just one part of what we're going to cover now as we think about how we can serve the research environment in Europe and beyond. Collaboration is what we're made of and what we're here to do with those goals of improving pediatric drug development. Again, we're doing this in a purposeful way. We're not just doing things which are convenient or interesting. We're here to enhance drug development. We're here to coordinate with other people. And in certain cases, we want to move towards interoperability, where we're doing the same things with different people in different parts of the world. So our initial approach is that how can we support pediatric drug development given what other people want to do? And we have a scoping conversation, as we do with any engagement, and this leads us to propose an action plan as to how we're going to help. Much of the time we want to be part of a coordination effort where people are doing different things but doing them at the same time and doing them with the same purpose, so that we end up with an integrated series of work. And then it's important that we analyse the touch points and work out what the existing processes are and how they can work together. In due course, we want to move towards interoperability where there are similar processes, and this is particularly important for our work in the US and North America, and hopefully Japan, if Hide is still on the call. So those are the principles behind how we want to work. And the first space, as Sue's directed us towards, is rare diseases. And as you know, there are these 24 European reference networks that cover multiple rare diseases, all the different specialties. And the members of European reference networks are very specialized, very expert sites, which is great. They're there to be referral sites and allow cross-border care, but they don't cover all the sites that have children who may be willing to join clinical trials. So we can work together to cover sites that are not covered by ERNs. We can also support them with expertise that's beyond their clinical expertise, the methodology, the pharmacovigilance, the IMP supplies, pharmacometrics, many of the topics that Saskia touched on. We can contribute to different discussions, bearing in mind that each RN has its own capabilities. An example is working with the renal network and its partner Escape, where we've been able to bring some sites in from Escape, from the ERN, some sites in from C4C into functioning clinical trials. The ERNs have sort of groups of patient representatives, but we think we have strengths in the voices of children and young people that can be applied to all the European reference networks. So the work of Begonia and Segalen and Pam and Jen is so valuable there. We're always honoured to be associated with Eurordis, the umbrella organisation for advocacy in the rare disease space, and we're very keen to include them as one of our strategic advisors and in our external advisory group that people can join. And as I've mentioned, the ERDRA Alliance and REAL-ISD are there to advance the cause, and we're very keen to be productive members of those groups. So there are other things in Europe, and we're very keen to develop our collaboration with the European Clinical Research Infrastructure, ECRA, and there's a collaboration agreement on the table, and they provide one range of services, including taking over regulatory obligations that we're not here to do, and we can bring in many aspects of our work into that. The Stichting is very pleased of the relationship with Penta. Penta was the organisation that sponsors and is the organisation that coordinates the IHI grant, and we hope that that productive relationship can continue, and we can build up a space in the infectious diseases that reflects the skills of Penta, that reflects the skills of the European Society for Pediatric Infectious Diseases, ESPID, and it's great to see Adelia here, and have those kind of synergies. ESPGAN, the European Society for Pediatric Gastroenterology, Hepatology and Nutrition. We've worked on them with multi-stakeholder meetings. We're developing a system for young investigators to develop grants to build up the portfolio of research in that area with industry and investigator-initiated studies. And we're very keen to develop similar links with all of the European learner societies, and so we're very glad to see some of the societies here at the meeting today. So we're here to integrate and build on the strengths for pediatric drug development. Pediatric drug development is a global thing. No one country can find all of the children for most of the conditions. In fact, no continent can find the children, young people needed for research into many conditions. So we do need to look towards a global approach to pediatric drug development. That's what industry needs. That's what rare diseases needs for investigation-initiated studies as well. So we're very actively investigating this. Our sibling network in the United States is called IACT, Institute for Advanced Clinical Trials for Children, and Pam was instrumental in setting that up a number of years ago. And having spent some time establishing ourselves separately, now we're in very active discussions about how to have a single point of contact. Someone makes contact with us in Europe, and then they can have access to all the expert advice and site services we've been talking about in Europe, but very similar services in the US as well, and also the new Rare Kids Can network in Canada as well. So we can provide those services as a one-stop shop across multiple jurisdictions. And it's great that Hide Nakamura is on the call. We were together in Tokyo a couple of weeks ago, working out how we can begin to develop links with the two Japanese networks. And of course, we need to build up regulatory science in global settings. So, as I said at the beginning, we're here to do things, and we're here to do things in a way that's helpful, but is looking to that global need for pediatric drug development. Europe, North America, high-income countries at the moment, but other parts of the world, as we become established, we can promote the work there as well. So, thank you very much.